Have you ever wondered if your relationship is truly healthy, or could it be subtly toxic? We're about to embark on a journey of understanding, a deep dive into the murky waters of toxic relationships. This is a critical conversation for everyone because it's not always easy to identify the signs. Toxicity can drip in slowly, subtly eroding the foundation of your relationship, and before you know it, you're caught in a whirlpool of negativity. It's crucial to recognize this for what it is. Not a reflection of your worth, but a signal to prioritize your emotional well-being. It's about understanding that love isn't about enduring disrespect, manipulation, or abuse. It's about respect, trust, and mutual growth. So, are you ready to explore this further? Are you ready to ask the tough questions and face the hard truths? If so, brace yourself, because we're about to dive into the signs of a toxic relationship. The first sign of a toxic relationship is a lack of respect. This isn't simply about forgetting to say please or thank you. It goes much deeper. It's about disregarding your partner's boundaries, opinions, or feelings. It's about diminishing their needs and desires as if they are unimportant or irrelevant. Imagine a situation where you express a particular need. Maybe it's a need for quiet time after a long day at work, but your partner brushes it off, labeling it as unnecessary or even selfish. They may continue to make noise or demand your attention, completely disrespecting your expressed boundary. This dismissive behavior is a flagrant display of a lack of respect. Similarly, if you share an opinion or a feeling and it's routinely dismissed or belittled, that's another sign. It's as if your voice doesn't hold weight in the relationship. In a healthy relationship, respect is a fundamental cornerstone. It's the soil from which love, understanding, and mutual growth blossom. Another key sign of toxicity is control and manipulation. In a healthy relationship, there's a balance of power, a mutual respect for personal autonomy. But in a toxic relationship, one partner might exert control and manipulate the other to get their way. This can manifest in many ways. It could be dictating what you wear, where you go, who you see. It might involve making decisions on your behalf without consulting you, or using emotional coercion to make you feel guilty or indebted. The effects of such behavior can be deeply damaging. It can erode self-esteem, foster a sense of helplessness, and create a cycle of dependency. One might start to lose their sense of self, their confidence, their independence. Remember, true love is about respect, freedom, and equality. If you find yourself constantly under someone else's thumb, living by their rules, it's a sign that something isn't right. Control and manipulation have no place in a healthy relationship. Constant criticism is another telltale sign of a toxic relationship. This isn't about the occasional constructive feedback or a well-intentioned piece of advice. We're talking about a barrage of negative comments, each one designed to chip away at your self-esteem, to undermine your achievements, and to belittle your worth. It's an insidious form of emotional abuse that can make you start doubting your abilities, your decisions, and even your value as a person. Imagine the joy of accomplishing a goal, only to have it overshadowed by a partner's dismissive remarks. This is a world where your victories are minimized, your efforts are trivialized, and your progress is always seen as inadequate. It's a world painted in shades of "you're not good enough," and "you could have done better." Remember, everyone deserves to be celebrated, not denigrated. A supportive partner should uplift you, not bring you down. Emotional abuse and isolation are two more signs of a toxic relationship. Let's dive into emotional abuse. It's more than just harsh words or heated arguments. It's a complex web of manipulative tactics designed to erode your sense of self-worth and independence. Among these tactics are gaslighting, blame shifting, and guilt tripping. Gaslighting is a technique where the abuser makes you question your own memory, perception, or sanity, making you doubt your own experiences. They might say things like, "You're imagining things," or "That never happened." Over time, this can make you feel like you're losing your grip on reality. Blame shifting, on the other hand, is when the abuser consistently avoids taking responsibility for their actions. They twist the narrative, making you feel like everything is your fault. You might hear phrases like, "You made me do this," or "If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have reacted this way." And then there's guilt tripping. The abuser uses your feelings of guilt to manipulate and control your actions. They might say things like, "If you loved me, you would do this for me," or "You're being selfish for not doing what I want." Now let's talk about isolation. This is when the abuser tries to cut you off from your support network, friends, family, colleagues. They might discourage you from socializing, or they might create conflicts that drive a wedge between you and your loved ones. The aim is to make you feel dependent on the abuser for validation and companionship. Isolation can also be subtle. the abuser might monopolize your time, or they might belittle the people you care about. They might even convince you that your loved ones are against you. Over time, this can lead to loneliness and a feeling of disconnection from the world around you. Emotional abuse and isolation are insidious. They can slowly strip away your self-esteem, your independence, and your ability to trust your own judgment. Remember, a healthy relationship should make you feel validated and connected, not isolated and invalidated. Unbalanced power dynamics, lack of trust, and emotional roller coasters are signs that a relationship may be toxic. Imagine a scale perfectly balanced representing your relationship. On one side is you, and on the other your partner. In a healthy relationship, this scale would be balanced, reflecting an equal sharing of power, decision-making, and respect. But in a toxic relationship, that balance is often tipped, one side heavier than the other. This unbalanced power dynamic can leave one person feeling controlled, dominated, and disempowered. They may feel that their voice is unheard, their needs unmet, and their autonomy compromised. Now let's talk about trust. Picture a bridge, a structure built to connect two sides, much like trust in a relationship. Trust is that bridge between you and your partner, connecting your hearts, your minds, and your lives. But when trust is eroded, that bridge begins to crumble, making the journey across it full of doubts, suspicions, and anxiety. In a relationship lacking trust, honesty is replaced with deception, openness with secrecy, and faith with fear. Then, there's the emotional roller coaster. Imagine being on a ride, rising to dizzying heights of joy and happiness, only to plummet into valleys of despair and conflict. This is the emotional roller coaster of a toxic relationship, a ride characterized by extreme highs and lows. One moment you're soaring on wings of love, the next you're falling into a pit of pain. The constant ups and downs can leave you feeling emotionally drained, anxious, and unsure of where you stand in the relationship. These signs, unbalanced power dynamics, lack of trust, and the emotional roller coaster, are indicators of a toxic relationship. They can have a detrimental impact on your emotional well-being and overall quality of life. If you find yourself experiencing these patterns, it's crucial to acknowledge them and seek support. A healthy relationship is built on equality, trust, and emotional stability. Remember, you are worthy of a relationship that respects your boundaries, values your trust, and provides a stable, loving environment. The most blatant signs of a toxic relationship are physical or sexual abuse and a persistent feeling of unhappiness or unsafety. Physical abuse is never acceptable. It's a serious offense and can lead to severe injury or even death. Similarly, sexual abuse or coercion is a clear violation of one's rights and personal autonomy. These are not signs of love or affection, rather they are indicators of control and dominance. Moreover, if you consistently feel unhappy or unsafe in a relationship, it's a strong signal that something is not right. A relationship should bring joy, comfort, and a sense of security. If instead it's causing anxiety, distress, or fear, it's time to reassess. Remember, every individual has the right to feel safe and be treated with respect and kindness. If these fundamental rights are being violated, it's crucial to seek help immediately. Nobody should ever feel unsafe or unhappy in a relationship. Recognizing these signs in your relationship is the first step towards prioritizing your well-being. It's not about blaming anyone, but about acknowledging that something is not right. It's about understanding that your happiness matters and that you deserve to feel valued, cherished, and safe. If you've identified with any of the signs we've discussed, it's time to take action. Reach out, share your experiences with someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or a mental health professional. There's strength in seeking help, strength in admitting that things aren't as they should be. Remember, it's okay to ask for support, it's okay to prioritize yourself, it's okay to step away from what hurts. And remember, it's more than okay to seek a relationship that brings you joy, that respects your boundaries, and that values your worth. Remember, you deserve a relationship that is healthy, respectful, and supportive. Don't hesitate to reach out for help.